Hi Flosstube, I'm Chantelle with 141 Design Company and welcome to Flosstube number 14. The last time we talked, I was sharing my travel bag and the whips that I had planned because I was heading out west with my husband and some friends of ours to go skiing for a week. We went to Colorado and we were skiing at Keystone Resort. It was gorgeous every day. It was sunny and warm. Sometimes it got up to 50 degrees. It was amazing. And Colorado is so beautiful. I just love it. So it was a great trip. And I did get some stitching done. I was able to get a little bit done in the truck. And then I got a couple of days that I didn't ski. So I went ahead and just hung out at the condo. We stayed right at the base in the village area. So you could just grab your skis and head out and ski for a while or come back. So I just hung out there for a couple of days and did some stitching and listened to some books and really just had a nice relaxing time. So I'm so refreshed, and then came back and my daughter had been working on designs and I had some things in my head that I wanted to do. So we just like plowed through and got a ton done, and I'm excited to share it all with you today. So, but the first thing I want to share with you is another thing that I discovered just a few days ago off of Instagram, and it was from Fiona's Craft Cottage. I'm going to link that in the description below. But it's a journal that I bought at her Etsy shop for doing Flosstube and for whips. So it's an attempt so that we can get a little bit more organized with what we're doing. Because we've kind of, I'm one of those squirrel people, like I see this, and I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir on that one, right? Y'all are probably right there with me. But anyway, she has a Flosstube planner. Kind of light, but that's what it says, Flosstube planner, and it's from Fiona's Craft Cottage. And if you have a Flosstube channel, that's what this is good for, because it helps organize what you're going to discuss and gets it all written down, I want to say here, and then you've got reference to it for later when you got to go back and look back to it, right? So that's for that. And then she also has one, and I just printed it off because it's a PDF and did a 3-hole punch and put it in a binder. And then she has one that is also a whip journal, and that's exactly what you think it is. It's to organize all of your projects that you've got going on, and then it will go through and you can put down all of the details for each one of them. Your time tracker, notes, floss you used, etc. And it's all laid out for you. And I love that it's something that I can just print off so I can keep adding pages to it. And it's pretty exciting. So I'm happy to have that. I'm just wanted to share and help us get a little more organized, so I thought I'd share that with you first. I'm sure it's something too you could print off and take in and have it spiral bound if you wanted to, but like I said, I just put it in a binder. So that's for that. And then let's get into this bee thing, okay? The bees, it's crazy. There's so many bee things, and I love them. They're all so cute. So I kind of, again, once I get going on something, it snowballs on you, right? It's fun. I have a funny story. So my mother, she passed away about 4 years ago, and maybe I've already told you that, but we used to always joke that if you want to start a collection or if you want to collect something, just tell Georgia, that was her name, tell Georgia, because she is such a gift giver that within a week you will have a full collection. So, I'm sure if I had said to my mom, hey, we're doing bees, I'd have a mountain full of bees on this table right now, and she'd be so excited because she found each and every one of them. She would either got them at a thrift store or an antique store or at the mall, someplace, but she was a collector at heart, and so I love that. So I think of her often when I think of the fact that I kind of do the same type of thing. But with the bees, I did some backers for them because I heard your request for that. And then I also grabbed some things because I jumped in on the stitch along that Java Girl Stitches is doing for Tuesdays, which is the It Be Tuesday SAL. So hashtag It Be Tuesday SAL. And it's just stitching all the things bee and every Tuesday. So I thought, sure, why not? Why not do another stitch along? So the first one I did, and I printed this online. I printed it off of their Etsy shop by Primrose Cottage, and is the Bumblebee Kisses. So this is a print one that I bought there. So it says Summer Wishes and Bumblebee Kisses, and I put it on a new backer that we made, which is this adorable beehive. This is a hanging one. It's a sweet little size. There it is finished. I mounted it on the press board and then used Chelsea's checks in the background. And I also put it on with magnets and washers so that I'll probably just glue it on, but I did it for now so we could maybe try some other ones on and see how they fit with this particular backer. And I love it. I might add a bow or something. I'm not sure. I just kind of got this one done so that I could share with y'all. But the backer is part of our new hanging series. So let's discuss those first. With the backers, and when I cut things, I like to cut them so that they're very easy to paint. And it's something we've been doing for the last 5 years now with our welcome home boards and things like that. I like to make them easy for everyone to paint because we used to do paint classes with all these things. And so I would cut them in layers, in pieces. So you paint one piece, you paint the other, put them together, and it builds it that way. So for the way I did this bee backer, the beehive, I painted this entire piece black, and of course that piece yellow, and that layered that on top of here. And then the branch, I just come over and paint over the black and painted it brown right here. And then the little leaves are also a layer, so you can just pounce those and paint them green and stick them right on the top of that, and you've got your cute little beehive ready to hang and put onto your tabletop display. That's one of our bee items. Again, here he is. And then the second bee item we did is this cute bumblebee. It is also one of our hanger pieces, so it's part of the hanger collection. It's about the same scale as that. This is why I did it on magnets. Let me put this one on to give you an idea for scale. So that's what the same stitch would look like on the bee. Now the bee is also done in layers. So his wings are a separate layer. And he does have some etched lines here so that you can paint him yellow and black. And I'll get one of these painted and show it to you and get it photographed so you see it painted as well. So that's our second bee item. Our next bee item is a charm pack, because I love a good charm pack, you know that. And our charm pack collection they're about 3 inches. There's usually 3 in the pack. At Christmas time we'll do 4, but there's 3 in the pack. So we've got the same bee, all shrunk down and cute. And he does have 2 layers, so he's got his wings separate. So there's that little bee. Then we've got a little beehive. There he is. And a little honey pot. So that's the bee collection for the charm pack. Whoops, dropping them all over the place. There are 6 in the pack, so you get 2 honey pots, 2 bees, and 2 of the little beehives. And that's for that. And these are just precious to add on as embellishments for some of the others that are more of a basic. So I like to do things that are novelties, that I call them novelties, so that they're a shape. But I also like to do pieces that are kind of your basic, like kind of having black slacks where all of the stitches would go on there. It doesn't have to be a bee one or something. It's just basic, like a house or even a rectangle. But the charm packs help embellish it to go with the theme that you're stitching. So that's why I like to do the charm packs. But because these are hangers, let's go over what we have for hanging them on. We have had this table stand in our shop for a while now. You've seen me use it at Christmas time, and in the fall. Last fall I did the acorn and put that on here on a tag. And that's this one. I'll show you the base. It has 2 layers and it fits right inside like that. And there you have it. The top is 2 circles that you glue together to make a nice little spot for hanging. So this is stand number 1. This has been in our shop. So we've had stand 1 in the shop. Let me get rid of this. I added 2 new styles for the stands. This is stand number 2. It's this really cute spindle. And then stand number 3 is this spindle. Now, this is the thinking behind the naming, okay? You know, I like to name things, but we went basic on this. Stand 1 is just this single piece. Stand 2 has 2 extra pieces that layer on the top of it. Stand 3 has 3. It's really complicated. But anyway, and then these I painted using, I'll bring it in close. There you go. I did a crack finish on it, and we talked about this in our Facebook group. So if you're not in the group, come on over. I'll put the link in the description box, but come on over and get into our Facebook group, because we're sharing in there a lot of different painting techniques and doing some Facebook Lives on painting, and we'll add more things as we go. So hopefully that builds and grows, and I'm getting ready to put those things into tutorial form for everyone here on YouTube as well. So we'll have it in both spots. But right now it's a little more casual in the Facebook group. Not that this is formal, but anyway, that's a little more casual in the Facebook group, and it's just, I can answer questions a little bit easier. But we've been talking about doing the different paint finishes there. So let's show you all of the hanging collection then on our, get rid of this one over here, on our table stand pieces and how they go. So we showed you the bee. So here's the bee. These are sold separately too, by the way, in our Etsy shop. I just changed the thing. So we've got a bee. We've got the beehive. Here's the beehive. Give you an idea for scale for that. And of course you can paint these or decoupage them any way you want to. We have a mason jar or canning jar. And our regular canning jar that doesn't hang has a little bow that's a part of the background there. This one is just a little more classic, goes with everything. But you see how if you add one of the little bees, look how cute that would be. Get it? Bee. Anyway, so that's just why I like having basics in the collection, so that they go with all of the different stitches that are out there. Right now I'm just kind of grabbing a hold of what I'm stitching, and that's why I try to continue to stitch as many things as I can, and to look and see what you guys are stitching and ask questions and listen to you of what you're looking for, so that I can try to accommodate those things. A basic circle is also one of our hangers, and that's a very versatile piece. You can, again, paint this or decoupage it, add a charm to it if you want. So if the circle works better for you, there's a circle in our collection. We added in a picket fence. This is a great design. Again, it's basic, great for your summer stitches. The picket fence. And we've had the barns, but now we've got a hanging barn. So we added the hanging barn to the collection. And if you have something else that hangs, it doesn't have to be this table stand, but you could hang it on the door depending on how long you do your things, but they're just made to hang. And then we've had the basic tag, which is the one I've done. I did this one for the acorn, and I did it for a Christmas one as well. And that's our tag collection so far. So those are all in our Etsy shop now. And like I said, the stands are sold separately, so that you can choose which style you love and which hangers that you like. But it makes it pretty versatile, so you can just do one stand in the colors that coordinate with your home, and then your hanging ones can change out from there. So we'll put our beehive back on our stand, and I'll show you what that looks like all together. There he is. I think I put it on crooked. That's the problem. I clicked it back on there. So there's our new hive on the table stand. The other basics that we have that I thought I'd show you so that you could see how they would work with the charm pack is the house. I'm going to do one of the bee stitches on this. I'm going to finish this off. So I've already done it in the black. I think I've had this before, but I decided that I'm going to put a little bee right there at the top. All of our charm packs, the house, there's a flower and a heart and things, they'll fit right here at the top. So I'm getting ready to put another stitch up there. And then there's also a milk jug, which would fit the bee. Super cute on the top. And then your thing would fit here, or you could put the beehive, or there's a shamrock, all sorts of things. Just a great basic for having those in there. And then that one also has a hanging element too, so that if you want it to hang with your thing, we've got that in there as well. Now, on the note of the tiny little stand, or the little stands, I also made them in mini version. And these, look, I just clear coated those. Aren't they pretty in just the natural wood tones? So again, there's stand number 1. These are for mini tier trays, and or wherever you want to put just a little mini one. See how they're only like 8 inches? So the mini series are these 3, because everything looks cute in mini. And let me show you. This is just a little stand, little tier tray that I had gotten from Target. And you can see that's where like a little stand would fit. More probably on the top because they are 8 inches. I don't think many of them are going to fit, but it'd be nice on the top. These also are really good for the ones that have a lip, the tier trays that have a lip, because you can set this inside and it's going to stand up a little bit over that lip. And then you can just hang a tiny or a little small from the little knob that goes with this as well. I don't have any hanging backers that go with this as of yet. I'm developing some, but I was also thinking I'm going to make some up this week. I was thinking this might be nice to not even worry about putting it on wood, but just using 2 pieces of the board, the sticky board, and sandwiching a tag or a little hanger in between the 2. So you've got a backer and a front, and then you can just make your own little hanging ones out of smalls. So for instance, you might want to do just one little beehive off of a chart from a chart you already have, and you can just hang just the little beehive, or even just the little bee, like from the Lori Holt stitch card collections. Just the bee without the border around it would just be so precious to just hang there. Get it? Just be so precious to hang there, and you can just swap them out from there, and you've got these tiny little stands. So these are also in the Etsy shop as well. Just be noticing that if you want to hang the larger things from it, you need the tall table stand. If you're just looking for the mini, for your tier trays, you want to go with the mini table stands. That's the difference with those. So that's all things bee. And since we're on the bee topic, I thought I'd go ahead and get into my stitch alongs with the bees and show you those as well. And can we take a minute and just talk about this grass? Isn't it so cute? This was at Hobby Lobby. It's a table runner that's this cool grass, and it's got a burlap underneath it, so it was nice and soft on your table. Love it. It's Hobby Lobby. Head on over there and grab that. Now the bees. Like I said, I have a lot of things. This is also part of my haul, so I'm going to kind of digress and go into this a moment here to discuss these charts and my haul for the week, because I purchased a lot of bee charts to continue my bee frenzy. I do have this bag from Dot Goose that has the cute little Project Pal with the little bees on it that keeps my floss and my needle. And then I got the DMC floss that goes with the Primrose Cottage colors. And this was my first attempt at pumping up the colors a little bit and brightening them up and changing things just a little bit. I'm going to talk about that later, but right now I'll just go over the 2 floss collections. So I have these are the colors that were called, you probably can't tell in this, but these are the called for colors. And then I went through and picked the same tones, but I brightened them up just like one shade, you know, kind of pumped the volume up a little bit. And then I mixed those in with so on my bee, I used a little bit darker black. I'm going to save that for another episode and talk about that a little bit more on how I went ahead and picked those colors and go over that, probably more about picking colors in our Facebook room too. But with my bee charts, I had ordered a 14 count even weave from Fet Quarter Shop, and I don't know what I was thinking it was, but it's called Malted Milk. And I didn't know what I would ever use it for, because when I got it, I thought, oh, it's got a lot of yellow in it. And I'm not a big, huge fan of yellow, and I don't use that much. But then when I found all of the colors that went with the bees. It's perfect. And I don't know if you can see the color tone as well, but it's kind of just got a little bit of modeling in it that is yellow. And so I'm using the malted milk 14 count Ada that I purchased from Fat Quarter Shop for all of my bee charts from Primrose Cottage. And I'm keeping those all in this little dot goose bag. So that's in there. The other charts I have that I got to go along with the bees from Primrose Cottage are their new releases. I bought them twice. What was I thinking? See, that's why I need the planner, so I can get a little more organized with this. I ordered all this stuff from Fat Quarter Shop, then I went into their Etsy shop and I bought them there too. So, you know, I got them twice. Anyway, I got the Be Nice or Buzz Off, which is perfect. Love it. I got Hive Rules, which I love. It's so cool. It's all one. They show you how to do it all one, but each one of these is an individual chart. So I might do just a couple, like Always Be Humble and Kind and Mind Your Own Beeswax. So cute. Could look really precious on the new hanging fence. You know, just one. If I don't get after all of them this year, I might just do one or two, or even hang them from the little tiny trays. I don't know. We'll see. And then, of course, there's the ABC, which I don't do a lot with these, with samplers. I haven't yet anyway up to this point, but I liked this one. So I got those. Then I was cruising around through there and found some others that I really thought were pretty because I love these colors so much. Heart and Hand has this Birds and the Bees chart. So that was cute. There's also this Be My Honey on the back, which is a different one from her, which I might need to get now that I'm seeing that. That's cute. And then there's also this one by Country Cottage Needleworks, which says, Be loyal, be friendly, be kind. Love it. This might look really good on the little fence, the little hanging fence as well. And then this was new at Fat Quarter Shop. It's Bloom Where You're Planted. There's 3, which I think are really cool for spring. That cute little boot, the bee, and the watering can. All so precious. So precious. I might need to make a watering can if I do that on there. I'm not sure. We'll see. Or even a boot. A boot? How cute. But with that one, I also got the floss pack for it. So there is a Bloom Where You're Planted floss pack, which had the classic Colorworks is the one I got, which were a bunch of colors that I didn't have in my collection already. So I was happy to get it. Strawberry Parfait and Honeycomb, which is pretty. Finley Gold. Fancy Green Nancy. I don't have that one. Deep Blue Sea, that I do have. And this color Blueberry Tart, which are super cute. So all of these are the classic Colorworks collection for the Bloom Where You're Planted. And then I also picked up the fabric they were recommending out of there, which has this wood grain to it. It's a 14 count Ada. So I stitch everything on Ada. It's just faster for me and I like it. So I keep going with that. The other ones I grabbed were from Stitching with the Housewives, so they're super cute and all kind of coordinate and go together, which I'm excited about. The August calendar crate, I'd already done the top part of it, but I've never done the small. So I thought that's cute because it's got sunflower seeds and honeybees. And then I had purchased this a while back, but I haven't gotten to it yet, so I thought maybe this is the time. This is Ronnie and the Bees from her Sip of Seasons collection, which I thought that is cute too. I've got a new backer for that one. And then this honeybee cup. I love that. That's so adorable. And then from the, I'm drawing a blank, magazine, Punch Needle, that's what it is. Punch Needle Primitive Magazine, I believe it's called. It's from the 2021 summer, and it's this buffalo plaid summer. And yep, I ripped it out of the magazine, but that's pretty too. And I'll probably do that one to go with all of these things as well. So those were the bee things that I've gathered so far. I've got a few more things still coming, I think, in the mail. I think I'll be surprised. I'm gonna hold off on purchasing any more for at least a week so that I make sure I don't double buy. But that's all things bee. So share with me what you're doing with your bees too in the comments. And when we get to our giveaway part, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. So anyway, we'll go back to that. That's all of I wish I could say if you have questions, what are they? But you aren't there with me right now. So if you do have questions, put them in the comments and I'll try to get back to your questions on the hanging series and things like that. I don't want to take up a ton of time in the Flosstube today. I've got about 10 more minutes here, but I want to talk to you about a few other new pieces that landed in our Etsy shop this week and a couple more fully finished pieces. The first one I did, and this one I did while we were skiing. So I had this one all kitted up. I'm not sure I showed it to you. If I did, I don't remember, but it's so, or I think I thrown it in at the last minute. But I hadn't done very many of the Country Cottage needleworks yet, and this one, I love it so much. It had the colors that just speak to me with the reds and the aqua and this welcome. I just have this little spot in the entryway that I want to have like a whole welcome display, and so I kind of wanted to put this out for always. But this is called Welcome Home by Country Cottage Needleworks, and it used the classic Colorworks colors that are my favorites, like really tealy and ladybug, and so I just kind of like gravitated towards that one. And this is my fully finished piece for it. I love it so much. I put it on another one of our new designs. This is our picket fence with a cute little pocket right here for putting some greens and holding your stitch, and I'm just so thrilled with how this turned out. The only thing I think I might still add to it are, I'm thinking some rocks. I think this would have been cute as like a little rock wall. I also picked up some like scrapbook paper that's brick, because I might try doing this fence again and putting brick right here and decoupage, so it's like a little brick wall in front of the fence. I don't know, I'll play and see what it looks like. But this one, oh my gosh, I just love it. So I shoved some little greens in here that were from a wreath that I tore apart, and I shoved those in there. These cute little turquoise flowers. Hold it up here again so you can see the welcome. And I matted that using some Lori Holt fabric. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I did have to change a few of the colors in here, but I don't think they're really similar. I just had to change some because I didn't have all of them, and I used ones that were in my stash. Now this is also on with a magnet and washer, and I'm just going to take that off so you can see the fence by itself. I also did this, let me see if I can bring this up to show you. I did this using that crackle finish and did some highlighting and some grunging so that my little fence looks old. Let me show you the fence unfinished. So this is our little picket fence. It has multiple pieces. So it does have a base, so it's freestanding. It has this front piece here, and then there are some side pieces that it makes like a U that go in between there that bump that out, that you'll glue together so that it creates this pocket for putting all of your greens the way I did here. You could, it's kind of a summery piece maybe, but you could even decorate it up for the holidays and put some greens and some pine cones in there. And then it also comes with another layer with these on the front of your picket. So this is a 7-piece unit. It's one of our bigger pieces as far as how many pieces of wood it has. It's not one of our biggest pieces, but it is a little bit bigger. And that's our new picket fence. So I'm happy to share that with you. And this, anyway, you can see kind of the scale of that house, and it just kind of fits right on there and goes on with the washer and magnet. I'll get that all straightened up, but I'm really happy with that one. So that's there. Then last year we got I'm in the Stitch Quarterly with Fat Quarter Shop as well, and we got in the spring it was kind of tulips at the top and really kind of bright, and I hadn't finished it. So this one was one that I did last year in 2021 spring, and I got it on a new backer that I made this one, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm out of my mind excited about this backer. So this is the Stitch Quarterly from 2021 spring. I finished it on some little pink and white polka dot. And then this is in our new window box series. This is the shutter window box. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see how I painted it and see the whole thing with those yellow flowers and see the bottom. Oh my gosh. And it's also on a stand, so it's freestanding and has the layers to create that pocket. Okay, I'm obsessed with this shutter, but I wanted to give you a scale version. So this was a pretty large stitch. So these are gonna hold your bigger stitch items. They are on the taller side and a little bit bigger, but they're very versatile so that you can do the magnet. And this one for sure, you can change out for all of your seasons. So this is a great one where you get the one piece painted in a very nice neutral style, and then you can change it out and have multiple different types of stitching to go on it. Let me show you the grungy shutter that I painted. We did this yesterday in our Facebook Live, but this is how it turned out. And we've got a little bit of chipping, some detail, and some shading, and all of the different things. And that's what we've been talking about and going over. I'm not going to talk too long about this. I'm going to come back and share later. But during our retreat, which is coming up, and we have spaces for, but during our retreat, these are the types of projects we're going to be working on, a special project for the retreat, and going over paint styles and techniques. So that's our project for that, and why our retreat is more of a work style. There will be stitching happening, but it's also kind of a workshop based. So I'm going to put more details about that in the description so you can go over and look at that. And we'll talk about it a little bit more. But I wanted to show you backers today. So let me put this one. I'm going to put this one up here because there's 3 window boxes. There's the shutter window box. That's what this one is, and has the different shutters. I'm going to be honest, this one is my favorite. Okay, has the front box. And let me show it to you unfinished. Here's the shutter box. So you can see it's got the detail etching in the bottom, and then the shutter ready for you to paint in the colors of your choice. So this, I love aqua. Might paint the aqua shutter with some chippy peely look to it. So let's leave this out so you can see it. So there's the shutter. Then we have a cathedral window, which looks like this one. And then we have your farmhouse window. And the farmhouse window is just your basic, like boxy farmhouse with the mutton bars farmhouse window. And this is an empty space, but you have space to hang and maybe tie a ribbon. The box for this one is more basic, still on a base, and then it has the extra pieces that you glue and sandwich in between here to bump this out so that you've got a pocket for putting greens and flowers and things for your window boxes. So those are our 3 new window boxes. I know it's a lot, bear with me, we're getting there. And now this week I'm going to spend a little more time getting more fully finished on these pieces and getting some more paint techniques. So stay tuned, we're going to paint some more things up, which is going to be super fun. We also have some new things for next week as well, so come on back. We've got more excitement to share because Easter's coming, right? So we're gonna need some cute Easter things. But I was happy to get that Stitch Quarterly one onto a piece and ready to go. So that's our new things. Thanks for hanging out with me on that one. I will show you my whips and give you a project update on how those are going. This is in my Dot Dot Goose bag, the Vintage Housewife Stitch Along, which I've got the dates and things stitched right here. I'm not keeping up with these. I'm trying, but I'm kind of falling behind. But I'm not going to give up. I'm telling you, I will have it done. So that's what the little Vintage Housewife is going to look like. And the first ones were to do, January was to do this box, February, and then March is for this box. This border they had down for for December and November to do the whole border. And like I said, I know, here it is in my bag too. I know that I'm going to squirrel to Christmas in January and December. So I decided, especially since I was traveling, that gingham border would probably be a good thing for me to knock out now and get it out of the way so that hopefully I can catch up and do those inside boxes this month, get these 3 finished up maybe this week, and that will get me caught up, and then I've got the border done. I do have to fill in the white, but this border was a great travel project because gingham is pretty easy to do because you're just doing those little squares over and over again. So it was one that I didn't really have to follow along and read along, and I knew what I was doing. So I just kept going, and it was just one color thread. So that was pretty nice for a travel project. So if you're looking for travel project ideas, things like borders and ginghams and doing an outline and filling in are all a really great idea for traveling along. And that's, like I said, in that box. Then I got a little bit behind on the flea market basket because I stitched a bunch of stars, but they're all for the Barn Sweet Barn stitch along, which is a whole nother thing we're going to talk about later. So I needed to get caught up on this flea market basket stitch along, and I'm still a little bit behind, but I did manage to get that star in there in that border. So I got myself a good start on this, and there's I think they're called churn dash. That border is supposed to be done last month, and then they're working on the gingham that is on the outside of that. Let me show you if I have the chart handy. I don't. It's just the outside of the. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I have it handy. Let me get it out here. I've got it again in another dot goose bag, but this is what it looks like. And like I said, I have this part done, which was January. So I'm still. This was February's part, and then the gingham that goes around it is March's part. So I've got a little bit of catch up to do on that still, and I'm hoping to get that on my schedule this week and get more of the flea market basket. So I thought I'd share how my whips are coming, and we'll see how I fare this week with those. But I am determined to get those done because this is for my sewing room and this one's for my bedroom, and I've got the flea market fabric by Lori Holt for my bedroom as well, and I'm wanting to get a quilt done for that. So I really like the colors and the style that it goes with. Now, the giveaways. Let's go through those. We had in Flosstube number 12 and 13, we did free shipping to 3 people for each one. Let me find my chart. Here it is. Here's my names. And here we have our winners. From Flosstube number 12, the winners for free shipping for anything in our Etsy shop, you will get free shipping. I went with the free shipping option because, well, for one thing, I don't even want to talk about gas prices, okay, you guys? It was so traumatic. We drive a diesel, okay, a diesel. It was $5.10 sometimes coming home from Colorado. Ay, that was really cutting into my cross stitch money. So I didn't like it. But anyway, so free shipping should help because, yeah, the shipping prices. Anyway, so from number 12, we have Karen Tatum, Edith McClanahan, and Roberta Creed. You won the free shipping from number 12. From episode number 13, we have Lydia Lee, Renee Goodwin, and Maureen Lopez. You are the winners of the free shipping from number 13. So what I want you to do is email me that you got free shipping, and I'm going to email you then a free shipping code for you to use in our Etsy shop. And then we're going to continue the free shipping because I heard a lot of comments in there that shipping was valuable to you. So we're just going to go ahead and continue the free shipping because I think sometimes it can be, especially if you're in California, do the free shipping. East to west is always more expensive for us to ship to. So for this week, what I want you to do in the comments below is use the word bee, B-E-E. Use that word bee since we're going along our bee theme in your comment, and that will be the word that we use to select our winners for free shipping in our next Flosstube episode. So somewhere in your comments, just use that bee word and I'll be searching for you there. So that brings us to a close on Flosstube number 14, and thanks for joining me. I know it was a little bit longer one and we had a lot to go over, but come back next week. I'm got my Flosstube planner now, so I'm getting back on track of trying to get to you every week, where we're going to share some new things for Easter and some new stitches, because I've got my eyeballs on those tier tray tidbits and dapper doodads from Stitching with the Housewives, and need to get those done. And I've got some fun ideas for those. Especially, okay. Now I'm not going to. You got to come back. You got to come back. I don't want to spoil too much, but they're really cute, and I'm really excited about what's coming up. So we'll see if my clicker works to turn you off, and I will see you next time. So for now, bye, and talk to you later.